Welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Y'all come on in the room. If you're up late on a Thursday night, hit that like button on your way in the building. Just impromptu stream. Wanted to answer a few questions, do some Q&A before I head to bed tonight. Hope everybody's okay. Hope everybody's had a good week so far. Shout out to the Mod Squad. Shout out to all the members of the channel. Salute to y'all. What's up, Mr. Fanatic? Fans up to you too, brother. California, I see you in the building. That's what's up. And we're going to jump right in. If you have any questions that you want to ask, feel free to ask, and I'll be able to answer them. What up, Curtis? See y'all up, man. Miami Dolphins, baby. J Bands 561. Glenn. What's up, Glenn? Appreciate you, Glenn, man. This message was held for review. Salute to you, James. Toy here. Anything about Waddle? No, man. I asked a few people today. Nothing on Waddle yet. Nothing on Waddle. I think he's gonna be all right. We would have heard something, but nothing on Waddle. But we'll see tomorrow. They have to talk about it. Yeah, I'm up late, Rube. Jay Benz, what's up with you, man? Talk to us, TD. I got you, Alex. I'm about to answer some questions, man. If y'all got any questions, feel free. Do you still feel like we need Dalvin Cook? Well, first off, I never felt like we needed him. But I'll say this: the longer it takes for him to make his decision, the more likely I believe he may be a Dolphin. The more likely he may be a Dolphin. I told y'all from what I heard, the offer was $5 million per on a 2-year, and the second year is not guaranteed, plus no injury guarantee. Because Chris Greer not trying to do all that. I don't think he's willing to take less than 6 or 7, and that's where the issue comes. So we'll see. What up, Josh Richardson? Cuzzo in the building. Lakers all day, man. What's going on? What's up, TD? Did you see what Ramsey about the doctor on Twitter about him coming back so soon? No, I ain't see none of that. So send it to me on Twitter or whatever at me, and then I'll check it out to see what it's about. And we can talk about it. But I'm ignorant to it. I don't know what it's about right now. Yo, TD, hope you're doing good, bro. I am. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm a little worn out. After the game, at the end of the day, I'm gonna try to get me as much rest as I can before I go to Houston, so that I can be full strength. But we'll still be streaming and doing everything. But I'll finally, be home. Not all that travel and stuff like that. But I'm good. You need an eye cover. Well, I don't know what that mean, Rube. Same could be said about the Jets. Yeah. I wish Miami just passed on Dalvin. Believe it or not, they might already be there. I mean, I don't know for sure at this point. I just know what the deal was from the get-go. I don't know where they stand right now. Haven't heard anything, Do you think Tua is going to force feed Tyreek again? Tua doesn't force feed Tyreek. Mike McDaniel does. Mike McDaniel dial up the plays for Tyreek. The ones where we know that we going to Tyreek. Okay? So Tua's just going to do his job. Force feeding Tyreek, I don't feel like it's a Tua thing. That's a Mike McDaniel thing. All right? I don't even care about Cook anymore. A lot of people getting off of that. What will you do about the O-line? We got a few dollars. Now, we don't have much money for the future. That's why Chris Greer is trying to pinch pennies and try to carry money over because we got a lot of people that we have to pay. Nobody's talking about that. Everybody's avoiding that conversation. Ogba won't be here next year. Who's going to replace him, though? Jerome Baker won't be here next year. Who's going to replace him, though? You know, you got to give Holland his money. You got to give Hunt his money. You know, you got to give a lot of people their money. You got to give Connor his money, or you lose him and have to replace him. You got to give Christian Wilkins his money. And I keep telling y'all, just like Laramie Tunsil, yeah, you signed Christian Wilkins, but you might look up and all of a sudden he traded next year because we could afford to do it. And we need the draft capital. These are all possible scenarios. Just saying. Because what a lot of people don't realize is the last 2 years we ain't had no real draft picks. We ain't had no like real draft capital. We traded away a lot for Tyreek. We traded away for Chubb and all that. We ain't really had no top picks. So those top picks were supposed to get ready to replace guys, but we ain't got no picks that replace guys. And think about the guys we did get at the top of the draft. Think about when we moved up to get Liam Eichenberg. Used the second and the third round pick. That ain't look like it's working. We just lost those two draft picks. We lost them to, I mean, we talk about the one player everybody want to see going right now. Ain't no division on that one. And that's a waste of draft picks. What about Channing Tindall, our first pick that we got last year? Ain't even play a lick and ain't getting no reps right now. Ain't even he gonna play a lot in the preseason game, but y'all already know he falling out of grace. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, it's other guys too we drafted and we've been wasting the last 2 years. Well, okay. Maybe I'm tripping. Y'all help me out. In the last 2 years, what draft picks, who did we draft that's vital to the team right now? In the last 2 years, or going to be vital. Like we could see them having a future. Y'all help me out. Answer the question. Who in the last 2 years did we draft with all those, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh round picks? Who did we draft that look like they're gonna be able to help the team? I said the last 2 years, so that's not including Waddle and Holland. The drafts right after them. The draft right after them. Phillips don't fall into that. I'm talking about the last two drafts, which was this summer, and I mean this year in April and the last year in April. We skipped last two drafts. No, I'm saying we had mid-round picks. We had plenty. I mean, we drafted like 10 players in the last 2 years. But I ain't talking about free agents. I'm talking about who we drafted. Come on. Somebody said Cam Smith. We don't know. We don't even know what we got in him yet. We don't even know. But all I'm saying is if you had 10 mid-round draft picks, you got to at least find five of those guys that two of them are starters and three of them are really good backups. But we didn't do that. We didn't do that. So yeah, that's the issue. We hadn't made any investments that could replace guys. Like a lot of people don't understand the history of this team the last 5, 6 years. You have to understand the history of the team and the direction we were trying to go. See, when you start to understand what we were trying to do, what the plan was, you'll see that we kept failing at every turn. And I'm going to tell y'all, it all starts with Xavier Howard. It all starts with Xavier Howard. Y'all remember 3 years ago, little old TD told y'all, man, we need to trade X. Oh, you want me trying to get rid of the best player, blah, 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 blah. I said, man, you better go get that draft capital down. You're going to need that draft capital. Now, to the credit of the team, they wanted to trade X. Let's be honest here. If you understand the history of the team, Brian Flores and Chris Greer did not want to give Xavier Howard an extension 3 years ago. What did Xavier Howard do? He held out. He said, forget y'all, I ain't practicing. It put him in a tough spot. So what did they do? They drafted Noah Igbenogany in the first round. You thought they drafted Noah Igbenogany in the first round for their health? Why would you go get a Byron Jones and draft the Noah Igbenogany? They did not want to pay X, and they told him, we just gave you a contract. Play this year, and we'll revisit it next year. And X wasn't stupid. He knew the writing was on the wall. He said, screw that next year stuff. I want my money now. Noah Igbenogany looked like a train wreck from the get-go. They called X in there. They gave him a few more guarantees and said, we promise you we'll deal with your contract later, but for now we'll give you some more guarantees to make you feel better. X said, cool, let's get to work. Shout out to the homie King Cat with the $50 dono. He said, go Jets. King Cat, man, you gonna come over here and troll me with the cash, man? Oh man, King Cat the homie though. He be looking out on the round table, man, showing all us love. Even though he be talking trash. But King Cat, you know what time it is. You know who gonna win the Super Bowl this year. Y'all gonna do well though. Y'all gonna win 7 games. Y'all gonna win 7 games. Oh man. You know what, King Cat? You need to tell me what your record prediction is, by the way. I still haven't heard yours yet. And be honest. Don't lie. Be honest, all right? Don't be a homer. Give me your real honest prediction. Anyway, let's get back to it, man. So it all started with Xavier Howard. So what happened when it was time to give X the very next year those guarantees? Some real money, a new contract. They still wanted to trade this man. And Noah looked like a train wreck again, and they couldn't. They couldn't. So believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, this team was supposed to have Byron and Noah Igbenogany right now. But then when Byron had all his injuries every year and didn't work out, another bad decision led us to go get Jalen Ramsey. And in the meantime, Noah still hadn't come to form, and that's why X is still here. But X's time is officially running out between this year and potentially next year. So that's why the first pick that we committed to was Cam Smith. And they're trying to get ahead of what they've been wanting to do for years. But it has constantly been failing over and over and over again. That's just the tip of the iceberg. That's the tip of the iceberg. The O-line. Let's go back to that. We understand we traded Laramie Tunsil for the rebuild. If you're going to trade Laramie Tunsil in a rebuild and get back all of those assets, the one thing that you were required to do in trading him, hit the like button, all right? The one thing you are required to do after trading Laramie Tunsil for all of those draft picks was draft his replacement and enjoy the profits. And we did that. We drafted Austin Jackson at left tackle. King Cat, you responded with the dono? He said Jets 12-5. AFC Ship versus Ravens. Ooh, bold. Miami 11-6. You know, okay, I can respect that, even though y'all ain't gonna win more than us, but I respect that. Wild card, week 1 gonna haunt you. Bills 10-7, barely miss. Pats 8-9. Cheeks. Wow, so you got the Bills missing the playoffs this year. And the Patriots 8-9. I ain't gonna lie, that 8-9 is scary because that means they hurt they bother some of us this year. Oh man, I got to screenshot that. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can screenshot that because I gotta remember that one. All right, I got a screenshot. Appreciate you, King Cat. Salute to you for the honesty, man. But we'll see, man. It's gonna be, boy, them Dolphin Jets games gonna be real to see who the real is. But we'll see. But yeah, Austin Jackson was brought in to replace Laramie Tunsil at left tackle. It was one of the first orders of business after we drafted our quarterback. We said, let's get our left tackle of the future. And let's be fair here about Austin Jackson. Was he playing superior when he first came in the league? No. Was he playing great when he first came in the league? No. Was he playing good when he first came in the league? No. But he was playing fair. As a rookie, it was all right with me until he got hurt. Rookie year. And Austin Jackson ain't been the same since. But so much so to where they literally had to hide that situation not working out by going to spend money on an injury-prone veteran in Teron Armstead. And Teron Armstead, first year with us, already missed, 5 games or something like that? I told y'all that was going to happen. So we end up moving Austin Jackson at guard at one point, train wreck, then out to right tackle, and that's where he's trying to earn his keep right now. And has he been good at right tackle? No, but he actually ain't been a train wreck, and he's okay with me to where I feel like he, compared to all them other guys on that line, he's fine there. And hopefully he plays well enough this year to where we can extend him for the cheapest discounted price ever long term this offseason. Because we're going to need Austin Jackson to be at least just good enough to where we can extend him for the cheap. We're going to need it. Now, don't let him ball out and be a top 10 right tackle all of a sudden. Then we really got problems because we can't pay everybody. So that's an issue that we had at the tackle position. But also what people need to understand is Austin Jackson isn't a shoe-in. So we studying that situation to see if we got to find a replacement. But not only that, a lot of people aren't realizing that Teron Armstead is just the loner. How much longer do you think he's going to play? How much longer do you think he's going to play? How much longer do you think we're going to utilize his services? 2 years? Maybe? You got to think about that too. Shout out to the homie Slippin' Jimmy with the donation. Said our entire 2021 draft gonna get traded for another rebuild. We got no young cheap talent. And why are you laughing? My wife over here doing my son hair for school tomorrow, and she over here laughing. You need to stop. Y'all gonna scrap that Cowboys team. You ain't minding your business. You over there laughing. It wasn't funny. We got no young cheap talent, and Tua ain't gonna last. Watch, 2025 will be 2019 all over. Stop laughing. It's not gonna go down that way. We gonna be all right, man. I ain't gonna lie. I saw a post today. Somebody, going off on Tua or whatever, hating on Tua, and basically saying the Dolphins are gonna fall flat on their face like the Broncos last year. Um, so much that they cheer about is overblown. This league done figured them out, and they're gonna learn the hard way this year. The thing that I don't like is I don't think it's gonna happen, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like that's not a possibility, ladies and gentlemen, based off of what I've seen. It's not gonna happen though. But if it did, like I was just sitting there like, what if it did happen? Oh my gosh. I literally walked myself through that today. Like, what if it did happen that way? First thing came to mind was like I had already had like a vision of people being mad at me for being right about some of the stuff that I believe long term, and me yelling at them saying, I'm not happy about this. Like, we can't let that happen. Like somebody said, they might even be bad enough to get the number 1 or number 2 overall pick. Now, it ain't gonna happen, but I ain't gonna lie. If it did go down like that, I ain't gonna be complaining with them 2 top quarterbacks coming out. If Tua don't ball out this year, I done already studied them boys. But hopefully our guy balls out so that we ain't got to worry about it.
Y'all aren't gonna suck it up the tank.
We ain't gonna suck it up the tank. Yeah, but you know what, baby? We don't have to suck enough for the tank because the schedule is so hard this year.
Yeah, I think y'all have a really, really good roster. Now, are y'all going to beat the Jets? Do I believe y'all are going to beat the Jets? No. I think the Jets are like a very...
I don't think you understand,
though. I think y'all are going to do very, very well. I'm just laughing. I was laughing at that comment because you're like the main one that calls like Cowboys and other organizations delusional, but y'all have been in a habitual rebuild for like 10 years.
But we're not we done rebuilding though.
Okay.
We're ready now.
So Tua's y'all's guy of the future.
He better show it this year.
Okay.
Yeah, he could earn the right to be our guy of the future if he ball this year.
If he doesn't ball out, are y'all rebuilding again?
Well, define not ball out. If he's average, or if he's bad.
He's average.
He's average, and we make the playoffs, and we don't make the playoffs. You know what? I can answer your question. I can answer your question either way. If he's average, we're still screwed. Because everybody's if he's average, everybody's already blaming the O-line before the season even started.
If he's average, y'all aren't having a rebuild?
No, we're not. We're not rebuilding right away if he's average.
Okay.
Because we gave him a 5th-year option, which is another year after this. And everybody's already set up to blame the O-line. They already, right now, they blaming the O-line. Right now, already. Now, the O-line is an issue, but it's not the only issue. But at the same token, I don't think the O-line is going to be an issue this year because a lot of that that's happening out there was without Teron Armstead. So we'll see. But I know that if Tua doesn't work out and we get a top draft pick where we get one of them 2 quarterbacks, and I prefer Caleb Williams, we ready. But we're going to lose some talent because at that point, we would have to strip the roster down a little bit from these high contracts. King Cat with another big don't know. He said, wanted to touch on a convo that you had earlier about Stafford versus Aaron Rodgers. Someone kept saying if Stafford had a good team, then his trajectory would have been different. 2014 Lions team was very good. He still flopped. Please don't compare. Go Jets. Now, I mean that's evidence, but let's not act like Aaron Rodgers ain't never flopped on a good team. Remember, he did it early, and then he did a lot of flopping in the middle of his career in big games. So I see. Listen, Stafford ain't better than Aaron Rodgers. Okay, I said that on the show. Um, I'm just talking about sometimes situation matters. Really, this conversation ain't about Aaron Rodgers. It's really about Stafford. I just personally believe if he had a Super Bowl caliber team around him when he first came in the league, he would have been revered even more of a great. That's all I'm saying. Zach with the donation said Omar put out a tweet saying the offense isn't struggling, they are experimenting, which makes sense. McDaniel knows defenses are coming for us. And Alan Poupart replied to his tweet with a perfect reply saying, then they're struggling experimenting. However you want to put it. Like, yeah, like people, you got to read into stuff. The offense isn't struggling. It's just experimenting. Well, that means the things that they're not experimenting on, the old stuff, then we still don't know if it's figured out or not. So if they're just doing all the experimenting now, they're struggling in the experiment then. And why would you be experimenting? Because you're trying to find something new to break through some of the things that other teams do well against you. You're failing at it. You're struggling. So I don't agree with Omar. This offense is struggling. Even if it's struggling in their experimentation, they're struggling. So that's just my take. Um, King Cat with another big dono. Ain't King Cat. Appreciate the love, homie. He said, please look at the Lions 2014 roster. Then repeat that last comment. No, I know the 2014 roster. It was amazing. And he pooped the bed. I ain't got my tablet with me to show you, but Aaron Rodgers had a roster that he pooped the bed with before. Well, I mean, they may have had a good regular season, but he bombed it in the playoffs. He bombed it in the playoffs, so he's had his moments too. Remember, A-Rod ain't reached the promised land since early in his career. I'm telling you, sometimes it's situational. Just like Russell Wilson. You would have thought he was perennial top five after his first 4 years. He was going to end up one of the greatest all time after his first 4 years because he came in a situation where there wasn't a single flaw on that roster. Sometimes it's the situation you come into. Very rarely does a young guy come into a situation that's already established. Patty Mahomes lucked out. What's the Aaron Rodgers lucked out. I mean, they were winning through Rodgers' first 3 years. He didn't even get to play really. Just saying, the situation you come into can be a huge benefit for you. Most of the time, great quarterbacks come into a bad situation, young ones. And we look at them different because they not balling right away because they came in a bad team. Some of these guys are so lucky that they came in 2, 3 years under one of the greats, one of the really good quarterbacks. So I'm just saying, Aaron Rodgers got to sit behind one of the greatest of all time.
Who?
Yeah.
Look at me.
Huh? Look at you. You know, Brett Favre. Just saying, King Cat. I get your argument, though. Bro, and remember, I'm not here arguing with you. I know Aaron Rodgers better than Stafford. I'm just talking about Stafford's long term. I feel like still would have been looked at better had he came in and had a Rams situation right away. And I knew that the Rams were going to be trash after that because I keep trying to teach y'all these teams, when you go for broke, that window is short, but you got to get it. And he got it. He got it. He got the ring. That's what the Jets are doing now. I'm not no fool, man. I love my Dolphins, but trust me, the Jets are in a great position to make a run for the Super Bowl. Will they get it? As a fan of the Miami Dolphins, it ain't possible. If I wasn't a Dolphin fan, they got every right just as much as anybody else. They got a top 5 defense, not 10. The run game is going to be nice. It was nice before Brees got hurt. Now, mind you, they bring in Cook. It's going to be nasty. And now the wide receivers are overrated. Let me make that clear. The unit is overrated. But you got Aaron Rodgers, and he brought in a lot of familiarity. So it's just fine. So the offense shouldn't be an issue. You'll have some games where it's a tough battle where y'all can't move the rock and this and that, but that defense is going to hold you down, and I'm telling you, y'all going to be straight. And when it comes to the Dolphins compared to that, we want to see, like, and this is a transparent moment. We should have a great defense, but we're basing that solely off the strength of a name of a coach. Vic Fangio. Offense, have they figured us out or not? O-line got issues. And the Jets got issues on the O-line too. First of all, can they stay healthy? Second off, will you get a consistent level of play from some of them guys? All those things matter. King Cat, you ain't gonna stop making your case, is you? You said Calvin Johnson, Golden Tate in prime, Ezekiel Ansel, Ebron, Quinn, Slay, top 5 O-line. It was actually 2015 Lions, probably better than any team Aaron Rodgers has ever had. I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. I, I don't know if I want to compare the Green Bay team when. No, I'll give it to you. But again, it was one season. And it may not have been as good as the roster Aaron Rodgers bum with, but again, I'm just saying it was one season. One season. One season, bro. But yeah, anyway, listen. Back to it real quick. The many mistakes. We talked about the cornerbacks. We talked about the left tackles. Linebacker. We still ain't been able to get that right. And we still don't know if we have it right. We got our new shiny head coach coming out basically saying, David Long, yeah, he makes some plays, but it ain't good enough. Zeke, Elliott in the secondary, we ain't even got a starter next to Holland. We still trying to find a starter. I ain't gonna lie. Fangio so blunt. Fangio too blunt for me, and y'all know I'm a very blunt person. Tell it how it is, but I'm like, dang, Fangio, lie to us a little. Fangio just been straight up. And that's why I'm concerned, because Fangio's honesty tells you all you need to know, and they need to fix it right away. He say, we still need to find a starter next to Holland. That ain't good to him. Nobody want to hear that. Still ain't got a true all-around player in the middle of the defense at linebacker. That's tough to hear. So the linebacker situation has been a constant failure. Then we go to the left guard situation. We already talked about the tackles, right? You signed Connor Williams, and we all got happy because we thought we had our guard. But we move him to center. Now, mind you, genius move. He's a great center, but we still got the issue at the guard position. Now, I ain't going to be critical on this because at the end of the day, I'd rather have a good left tackle, a good center, than a good left tackle, good guard. You got to have that anchor in the middle and that left tackle secured. Thank God for Robert Hunt, who has been the most consistent player on this team since drafted. Ain't been a superstar, ain't been the best in the league, but nobody can say that Robert Hunt don't come to work and do his job every day to where that man need to be a 15-year Dolphin, be in a ring of honor, and we thank you so much for your service, even if you never go to the Pro Bowl or win an All-Pro. That's the type of player he is, but you gonna make the Dolphin ring of honor if we've invested the money. That's what Robert Hunt is. I love Hunt. Ain't a perfect player, but who's complaining about Hunt? Anybody complaining about Hunt? Anybody? So yeah, um, we got our right guard. Sorry, just gotta pull me up a little. What you laughing at? You gonna stop all the laughing tonight?
So funny. That is
Some
so
dolphin
funny.
wine, y'all. Fins up. Slippin' Jimmy says, shout out to King Cat. I'm a Jets fan now. Take flight. Oh my gosh.
A Jets fan.
Well, Cammy, we don't like the Jets, okay?
Okay.
They are our enemies, okay?
They're their enemies?
Yeah, they're enemies. They bad people.
No, everyone is good people.
No, everyone not good people, Cammy.
Everyone's good people, but the devil's not, Daddy.
Everyone's good people, but the devil's not.
Yeah, I'm saying that.
Yeah, the devil's not good, and the Jets and the Bills and the Patriots aren't good
all
either.
The team, but
All,
not devil.
all the teams bad.
What? Daddy.
Huh?
I'm telling you.
What are you telling me?
Only one thing is bad is the devil.
Only one thing bad is the devil?
Yes.
Yes. But they bad a little bit, okay?
Okay, Daddy.
All right. But yeah, I done lost track of what I was saying. But yeah, Fangio is very blunt, man. So that's what has me a little concerned. Um, also, that in the whole Eichenberg thing, I think we all understand our shortcomings there. And Chris Greer don't want to just break ties because they invested too much. These are failures in some cases if it don't work out. And last but not least, it ain't last but not least because we could talk about the tight ends too, but I ain't got time for it. It frustrates me. It frustrates me. Tight ends, y'all already know. If you're a Dolphin fan, you already know the tight end issues, how we failed. And last but not least, quarterback position. People need to understand how important it is for Tua to work out. It's almost like we're force feeding him to work out even if he's not worthy. You know, on a scale of 1 to 10, if Tua consistently plays like a 6, he's not a franchise quarterback. But if he's a 6, we're treating it as if we'll push him along forever. Long as he ain't a 5-4 and all that, just be a 6 and we'll have you back and we'll push you along forever. That's what it feels like. If you're a 6 or a 6.5, we will pull you along forever. If you never reach 7 or 7.5, we got you. As long as you don't go under 6. That's what it feels like. And here's the issue I have with that. It's one thing if it's all you got. I've always understood if we never had a better option, then it's okay. But all we need to remember when it comes to Tua in his long term is how much we passed up to continue to go with him. That's all that you need to think about. How much we passed up to continue to go with him. So we don't know if that's going to work out in our favor or not, but that's how we're going to judge that situation. If you end up being a consistent 6 or 7, look how many 8 and 9s we passed up. For him to make just as much money as them. If he get another deal. For him to make just as much money. Because the cry by everybody was, who's going to pay all that money for this guy? Who wants to pay all that money for that guy? But now that all those guys are spoken for and signed new deals in teams and stuff, now all of a sudden, make sure you pay 2 of that. Make sure you give them more. This whole quarterback situation will be judged off of what you chose over all those other guys. That's why the ceiling and that's why the expectation is so high for him. He got to be as good as Watson. He got to be as good as Lamar. He got to be as good as Herbert. Better. He got to reach Brady level. And people will say that's unfair. We passed up all 4 of them guys for him. How is that unfair? It's not unfair. Ricardo Joseph in the building. What's up, homie? Thank you. Some fans showing some love with the $50 donut. He said, King MF Cat. Fins up. Man, salute to all those showing love, man. Salute to y'all. Thank y'all so much, man. We keeping TD up till dawn. No, y'all can't do that to me tonight.
Wow.
No. Y'all can't do that to me tonight. I'm going to have to get some rest at some point. I'm going to definitely have to get some rest at some point.
I'm so tired.
Huh? Me and the wife are exhausted. She finishing Cammy's hair for school right now.
I've been having your kids while you traveling.
Yeah, you heard the wife. She say, I've been having your kids while you've been traveling. And listen, y'all have, I don't think y'all notice how much traveling I've been doing back and forth. And the wife said it's her pleasure, man. So y'all salute to the wife in the comment section every chance you get, man. Thank you, baby.
Anytime. Every year, always.
Anytime, every year, always. All right. Thank you. Well, they're very appreciative because they get the coverage.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yes. And when I'm going to Houston, they're gonna be appreciative of you as well, holding the fort down while I'm out of here.
That's so sweet.
TD, you
And I'll be
streaming.
streaming for them tomorrow. I guess.
The wife will be streaming tomorrow's game, and I will be giving live um, in breaks. I will be on the stream with her, but I'll be coming in and out because I will be there. All right. Yeah, I don't know why this thing keeps saying whole message. Every time somebody put a salute, it says whole message for review. I don't know why it does that. TD making more than Herbert tonight. Hey, y'all are definitely showing me love tonight, but making more than Herbert, hey, we got some ways to go. Herbert, that boy got paid. Shout out Hillary. King Cat with another 50 said, thanks, Ricardo. Go Jets.
Who said shout out Hillary?
Mean Manson said, shout out Hillary.
Thank you.
Hillary will do a wonderful job.
I'm nervous. Who said that? Who said that?
John said that.
Oh, my friend. Hi, John.
She is nervous, John.
I'm nervous every time because I don't do
I
that.
told her just commentate the game. If somebody donate,
Like,
just
believe it
read
or
the
not,
chat.
I'm super
She thinks
introverted,
nobody
so-
is going to donate to her, but I told her, no, they're going to show you love. We'll see.
I don't need them to donate to me. I just need them to not boo me up the
Not
show.
boo you. We going to lose subscribers.
I don't want to lose you subscribers because they're going to be like, who is this person streaming? This isn't
Oh, man. Listen, hey, if they unsubscribe, they wouldn't meant to rock with us anyway.
Thank you.
It's all good.
I hope I just lower your expectations.
Hey, man, King Cat, I appreciate the love, man. Slipping Jimmy, all y'all. All y'all non-Dolphin fans, thank y'all for coming through, showing me love as well. Because I ain't going to lie, I get a lot of flack because of y'all. They be like, half of his subscribers aren't even Dolphin fans. He got Jets fans, Bills fans, blah, blah. I'm like, because I love football and they rock with us. And I talk trash to them anyway. But they still, yeah. Oh, he got a whole bunch of other team fans in his What else do you want? I mean, this is a beautiful community.
I sound like 10-year-olds.
Yeah, well, some of them might be 10 years old. You might be right.
They really say like grown.
Yeah, they say crazy. They say the craziest stuff.
Like, he can't play with us.
He can't play with us. Yeah.
He's not one of us. He can't be in our club.
Oh my gosh. Kevin Lee showing love. What up, Kevin? He said TD fun for Houston trip. Let's go. Let's
They
go.
got any recommendations for you while you're in Houston?
What do you mean?
Food, places to go.
Food recommendations in Houston? Child, I ain't listen. I don't. When I go to other cities, if I ain't with you and the fam, I don't step out like that. I'll be in my room. I might get a little pizza or something and go cheap with it.
Keep your life 360 on.
Yeah, I'll be streaming from the hotel,
Keep your life.
telling everybody how it went. Well, I try. I'm gonna be trying to go live anyway and filming it. So,
Keep your life 360 on.
of course. TD, what do you think about Hurts rated number 3 by his peers? Was he number 3 on the top 100? Was Hurts number 3 on the top 100? I didn't know that.
Jalen Hurts?
Yeah. Whew. Your new song, Fire, TD. Thank you, brother. A lot of people love it. I'm glad. I'm very glad. Very glad. Just a little play around. I took my last part out the song. The wife said, get it out and talk about it was horrible. And my wife be hating on me, y'all. There was an ending to the song.
Don't sing it.
There was an ending to the song.
Don't.
She made me get rid of it. Like, dude, just cut that part out.
It's embarrassing.
Every.
Don't stop. Honestly, I'm not streaming tomorrow.
You go stream.
No,
No,
I'm
Alex.
not.
Because I want to sing the ending.
Yeah, no, because I'm not.
Every.
Alright, you're right. I'm not streaming tomorrow.
Okay. Hey, man, I thought it was
I'm
hard.
not streaming tomorrow.
Yes, you are. See how she played so unfair? Well, I ain't streaming tomorrow if you sing it. See?
Because you're embarrassing me.
Ain't nobody embarrassing you.
No, it's sure.
See? My own wife a hater, y'all. King Cat with another dono said, when is the next Master at Work stream? Yeah, I need to know when to plan my nap. Man, Master at Work, Tyson, he gonna be on there Mondays and Wednesdays. We got something special coming for y'all on Monday. I'm just gonna tell y'all now. We were gonna do it as a surprise. It's still a surprise, but I can at least tell you we got something special coming Monday. All right? It's gonna be special. Y'all gonna love it. I promise y'all gonna love it. So make sure you come through on Monday. Is Tua playing tomorrow? I don't think so. I wish he was, but I don't think he will. Hillary has a great voice too. Yeah, it's nice. Y'all should have heard my version of that W song.
Send it, baby.
She was like, She delete that song. I said, all right, you want to complain about me on the chorus, then you do it. So she did it.
No, you begged me to do it.
Yeah, because you was complaining about me.
You're not a singer, Tommy.
I don't have
And
to be
neither
a
am
singer.
I'm not a singer
I'm
either,
not
so-
claiming to be a great singer or a great rapper. I'm
No,
just
it's
having
not different,
fun.
Because I'm not a great singer. You're the problem. The difference is you're a bad singer. Like
I'm not a bad singer.
Tony, you're a horrible singer.
No, I'm not.
Horrible.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, sorry.
We got another W.
Tony, okay, I'm not streaming tomorrow.
The haters, they don't like to lose. No, we got another W.
Put the phone down.
Haters go
Tony,
high.
what in the world? Why did you tell me his part was in the center?
Huh?
Why did you tell me his part was in the
It
center?
is in the center. That's the center.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. That's fine. The boy fine. Good job. Give me a hug and kiss. You got to go to bed. It's getting real late. Mommy made your hair nice, okay? Give me a hug.
No, it didn't.
Give me a hug.
Mommy, you didn't make it nice. I don't know how you took it for you.
Love you.
I don't know how we took
Go get you some sleep, okay?
Okay.
I'll see you first thing in the morning. We get ready for school.
Okay.
We got that for your first day.
I don't know
Come here, come on.
Big boy kindergarten.
Told me that I got his part straight.
Big boy kindergarten coming up. All right, TD, name your top 5 QBs right now in the NFL. Patrick Mahomes is number 1. Mahomes number 1. Joe Burrow number 2. Dang. Even me. Jalen Hurts number 3. Lamar Jackson number 4. Five is so tough. Oh my gosh, 5 is so tough. I can't say 5 because I could name 5 quarterbacks that sit right there. I'm going to name all 5 of the quarterbacks that could be 5. How about that? Because at 5, I could put Aaron Rodgers there. I could put Herbert there. I could put... See, I want to put Watson there, but what happened last year, I don't know if something may have happened long term for his playing. But before this whole situation, he would have been in my top 5. He would have been up there. I could put somebody else top 5, but I refuse to say their name. I can't stand that bum. Oh, I hate that bum. So I ain't saying his name. Y'all already know who, but you ain't gonna get me on camera saying it. Um, um, that's four. I think I got. It's a whole bunch of guys that I don't even believe in no more. Like Russell Wilson, I don't believe in. Kirk Cousins technically could be right up there with these guys statistically, but big game play, I don't know about him, but he's right up there with them. Um, yeah, I'm gonna start right there. I'll start right there. Hopefully that answered your question. Hopefully. Miami will have AFC East first preseason win tomorrow. Pats 0-1, Jets 0-1. Wow. TD, you're the only Finn fan I actually like. LOL. You the man, my guy. Keep it up and never change. P.S. RD line is gonna eat two alive. Oh, y'all delusional. Two about the ball this year. And listen, see his comments like that, they be mad at me. See, he got teams, division rivals liking his show. That shows you he don't let. Oh my gosh, TD, you should name this stream "Cuddling with TD." LOL. No, no, no. I might get too much attention. I might get too much attention. TD, where would you rank Tua? But technically, I just named 10 quarterbacks or 9 quarterbacks right there that I put above him. See, when I rank quarterbacks, I look at the entirety of their career. I don't base it off of one season or 2 seasons. I base it off of the full career. Um, Let me see where I rank Tua. I done named 9 guys already. Okay? I named 9 guys. Tannehill is ahead of Tua on my list. That's 10 guys ahead of him. Brock Purdy ahead of him. 11 guys. Derek Carr, 12 guys. Now, is Derek Carr better than him like right now? No, but I'm just saying. I base it off of career because Derek Carr could bounce back this year and Tua look bad, and it's like rightfully so. You know what I mean? I'm talking about career so far. We're not talking about last year because we can cut this list in half and throw Tua way up a lot further up if we just talking last year. But I'm talking career. I don't know what number we at. I guess I'll land him somewhere. I'm the type that's gonna land him about 14th right now. 14th. 14th. Here's how I view the NFL. Top 12, you're like, well, technically like top 9 is franchise quarterbacks. It'd be like 10 to 16 guys that hold a team down and play well enough to maintain for a while. 18 to 26 be those guys that are just stopping in, have flashes, and then have bad moments. And the other ones y'all already know ain't it. So Tua's in that second group of you could hold it down. You could hold it down for your team, but you ain't franchise. And again, anybody debating in the comment section, 9 times out of 10, you're not looking at the parameters of what we're talking about for their career so far. For their career. You're not finna sit here and convince me Geno Smith is better than a Deshaun Watson because of one season. No. So we're talking career. So when you talk Tua, you cannot escape the first 2 years. regardless of the scenario and situation. No, Tua don't play tomorrow, I don't think, Kevin. I'll be surprised if he do. I'd love for him to, but I doubt it. Lamar Jackson is top 5. I put him 4 on my list, remember? You can't put Purdy if you're talking career. Yeah, you can. It's a short career, but all you can go off of is his sample size. What he did so far is up there. You can put him in. It's just a short career. So the lock-in isn't strong. You can place him, but he could evenly move up or down the list drastically because the sample size is so small. But you can put him on the list. You can definitely put him on the list. I wonder how many people put Tua on the college list when he threw that national championship pass. Did he not immediately elevate on people's list playing half a game? Yeah, you can put anybody on the list. You can play 2 games. What did you do in them 2 games? This is where you are. Now, when you keep playing, if you start bombing it, you could go from a top 5 quarterback to a bottom 32. All you can do is use somebody's sample size. And when you add context and say it's a small sample size, you still place them where they belong, but understand since the sample size is small, any game could zoot it up or down. This is why I told y'all last year, right? See, what a lot of people don't realize is around week 7 or something, Tua had a passer rating of about like 120 something. And what I told y'all was, y'all got to understand his sample size is so small that a bad game could drop him drastically. I'll never forget that Chargers game. Tua's passer rating was literally, before the Chargers game, he was running like a 120 something. At Chargers game came, he dropped 6 points. The next game came, he dropped another like 7. Because his sample size was so small with the good stuff. Crypto said 119. Yeah, okay, he was up to 119. I said 120. So, yeah. Sample size. That's why, like, that 6 touchdown game was so huge for him because his sample size is smaller. Like, people got to realize the Baltimore game, it was the equivalent of him playing 3 good games because of how small his sample size was. And those things carried him for the season. So yeah, I got Tua somewhere like 14. Which ain't bad. For the career so far, that ain't bad. Last year, I would have probably ranked him somewhere like 8 or 9. Just last year alone. But you see how last year is such impact because the first 2 years, even though they weren't great, they were also small sample sizes. So I don't factor in his first 2 years too heavy on him. If like say he played the full seasons of the first 2 years and he still had the same averages, then I would be talking 18th or 19th. But he missed games in those seasons too. So, and I'm not factoring injuries in none of this evaluation. I'm just talking about strict quarterback play. Just strict quarterback play. So yeah. Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Aaron Rodgers are my top 5. Let me say this about Aaron Rodgers. He's a Jet now, so I have a personal bias of not liking him. But anybody who's trying to say he's washed or not having him in their top 10, they're like just sick in the head. Aaron Rodgers is still one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, period. The man is literally like 2 years removed from back-to-back MVPs. Stop it, people. Stop it. That's why I'll be honest with you. The Jets, we going to have to bring our A game and take them down because it ain't going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. But I can't wait for the games. This year is going to be so exciting. It's going to be so exciting. But I'm also nervous as all can be. I'm telling you, I'm so nervous about this season. I'm so nervous because Dolphin fans, we live in this like vacuum, like nothing bad could happen. But when you look at our schedule and look at history, I mean, people got to understand 10 wins with this schedule would be a success and we could still miss the playoffs. You could actually look at 10 wins as a success but still miss the playoffs. And it ain't got nothing to do with our own division. It's the teams that we play out of our division, out of our conference. The NFC East, which is the best division over there right now in the NFC. They were the number one division last year in the NFC. And we got to play them. Why do I bring that up? Because 4 playoff spots already from division leaders. That's why you want to win the division. Those other 3 spots, they could easily be occupied by other division runner-ups because their schedule's easier. And we got to even beat up on each other. We got the toughest opposing conference, and they don't have the toughest opposing conference. They got to play all the Arizonas of the world and all of that. We got to play the Eagles. We got to play. And then on top of it, you add the fact that, like, dang, how did we draw Baltimore and the Chiefs again, Baltimore? Lucky for us is at the end of the season, they always got injury issues. So if that maintains, we all right. But if not, Baltimore is a much better team now. And they got their quarterback with his money. If they stay healthy, that's a tough out. Dolphin fans, don't look for no 6 touchdowns again. Don't think you're going to be looking for 6 touchdowns again. The Chiefs, Baltimore. And the only thing I don't like about the Chargers, I don't mind playing the Chargers, but I ain't expect to get them week 1. Now, I asked for them week 1, and we got them week 1, but I was just talking. I mean, I wasn't just talking. I wanted them week 1 to tell us who we really were, but dang, I wouldn't have been mad if it was week 6 or later. Because there's certain teams that have your number. Sometimes they can be the worst team in the league, but when they got your number, it's hard to get over them. The Chargers got our number and Tennessee got our number, and we got to play them both. I just hope this don't end into a season where everybody blaming everybody. Oh, it's McDaniel. It's the receivers dropping balls. They keep getting penalties. Oh, my gosh, injuries again. Oh, quarterback inconsistencies. That's why Mike McDaniel said in his press conference he wasn't very happy. We were dead last in penalties last year, and they already in camp getting penalty after penalty after penalty. We had the refs in the joint practices, and McDaniel said, we keep on getting these penalties. This is where you got to look at the difference between McDaniel and Flores. Tua said it recently. Well, it's different now. We're having fun. Opposed to if you would have asked me a few years ago, it felt like we had to do our job. Did y'all hear Tua say that the other day? We basically having fun now. We enjoy the game. And a few years ago, if you'd have asked them, it felt more like just do your job. And now we got the most undisciplined team in the NFL. Do y'all realize we were the most disciplined team in the NFL? Flores was one of the least penalized teams. And now we one of the most. Nobody talk about that. Nobody talks about that. We're one of the most penalized teams in the NFL. Remember the TNT wall takes no talent? Every time you make that mistake, you got to run that lap to the wall and stuff. Now we got one of the most undisciplined teams in the NFL. Nobody want to talk about that. You'll be a hater if you do. Straight hater if you do. It's tough, man. But dang, I didn't realize I was on for an hour and 11 minutes so far. Listen, y'all, I'm about to get up out of here. Tomorrow, game day, big day. It's going to be dope. We're going to have some fun. I will be reporting live. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned and also show the wife some love. McDaniel said, I hope the penalties stop. Why you hoping? Get it done. Get in them. Get in them. But you can't get in them because some of them too sensitive. They don't need a hardcore coach holding them accountable. I know Crypto Dolphin. Discipline. We don't have it as a team. Time will tell, man. But I can't wait for week 1. That's going to be a game. If we can get that W, start the season off right, we in a good place. Good place. Oh, boy. But thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. This is TD FINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Salute to everybody. I love y'all so much. And thanks for everybody who showed love, donating, and everything. We might start having more, late night streams. Y'all hit the like button, by the way. But I will see y'all tomorrow. Fans up no matter what. Y'all take care. Salute to you. Peace. Time for me to get some rest and go to bed, y'all. Hopefully y'all do the same. Love y'all. Check you soon. Bye-bye.